In other news, President Obama thinks he would have won this election. And Pat, I think I agree. I think anybody should have been able to beat Donald Trump. Anybody other than Hillary Clinton, apparently.
That's the thing. I mean, the Democrats decided to nominate the second most unpopular candidate in our times, right?
Right.
The second only behind Donald Trump himself.
Yeah.
And I mean, there were so many negatives to her. He would have won in a landslide, I think. He has a 57 approval rating.
Yeah.
I think he's absolutely right to say that.
Damn FDR. Like, if FDR didn't get so greedy with 4 terms, I mean, we could have not had that legislation. Maybe Obama would have won. But let's listen to him in his own words. This is President Obama, and he's with David Axelrod speaking here.
I think that Hillary Clinton performed wonderfully under really tough circumstances. The problem is that we're not there on the ground communicating not only the dry policy aspects of this, but that we care about these communities, that we're bleeding for these communities,
right.
that we understand why they're frustrated.
Okay. So we have more from Obama, but I do want to talk about that because, he's got a point there. That's where Democrats always fall. Well, I can't say always, but in modern history, this is where Democrats fall short, particularly Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton didn't go to Wisconsin. Hillary Clinton didn't invest time and money in a lot of these states where she lost. And no, the people don't feel like Democrats are bleeding for them. Like, we don't feel like that they are out there on the ground for us. We feel like we're numbers to them. And this is what has been echoed in this election.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that she lost this election in the Rust Belt. Thought that she had some of these states just in her bag, right?
Right.
Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Michigan. Turns out she lost all 3.
All 3 of them. So in this regard, he's absolutely right. I think Obama would have won because, one, he never would have made that mistake, right? That type of mistake comes when you are overly confident and you think you're and you're not running as an underdog. You have to always, everything you do, no matter how successful you are, if you ever think that you're not the underdog, then there's an underdog coming to bite you in the ass.
Well, apparently, once Hillary won the nomination, some of the Bernie people came over to her team and tried to warn her that the signs were not looking good in those Rust Belt states, and she would just ignore it. The whole establishment behind her decided to just stay the course and not even campaign there for the most part.
Yeah, and I did want to title this because it would have been a great catchphrase to title this. Obama thought he would have won. Nah, Bernie would have won. Right? That's what I wanted to title this.
Bernie would have won.
But the truth of the matter is, both of them would have won. Right? Bernie seriously would have won because he runs as an underdog. His entire campaign was speaking directly to the problems that Obama mentioned in this clip. So Bernie would have won. Obama would have won. The only person who couldn't win, I think Martin O'Malley could have won. Only person who couldn't win was the person the Democrats. I'm sorry. I'm still passionate about this. I'm still amazed that we are now with President Donald Trump because Democrats nominated the second most unpopular candidate in modern history, second only to Donald Trump. Now, here's the rest of what President Obama said. He said, I am confident in this vision because I'm confident that if I had run again and articulated it, I think I could have mobilized a majority of the American people to rally behind it. Now, he started the entire conversation speaking good of Hillary Clinton, kind of like, oh, she did good in really typical situations. But I think this is more about Hillary than it is about Trump. I think he's clearly stating that Hillary was not a convincing carrier of the message. She was not a convincing messenger.
Yeah, he had to play ball there, and he had to say that Hillary Clinton did her best and did a good job, but that's just party politics at the end of it. I think he definitely would have won. I think he would have ran a much more economically focused campaign as Bernie Sanders would have, and I think because he focused on the economy, that's a big reason why Trump won the election.
Now, here's the problem. Here's where I think Obama may not have won. It's because you can't run an economic populist campaign in your third term when you didn't do much about it in the first 2 terms. That's where the problem is. So could he have beaten Trump? Absolutely. But does he get a clean slate and able to come in and say, I'm the economic populist who's concerned about the American people? No, not really, President Obama. As much as I love you, you were a neoliberal who didn't really take care of the people that you think you would have won on. So maybe my title would be right, that no, Obama, you wouldn't have won, but Bernie Sanders would have.
Yeah, I think that message kind of worked well for his re-election campaign, at least his first one in this context. because he was able to market himself as the guy who saved GM and also passed the stimulus package and that the economy was bouncing back.
But that third
After
time
4
around,
years of not so much going on, it would be a lot harder.
So maybe that's the right title for this clip after all. All right.